Well, hello everyone and welcome back. Yes, it is garlic time and this is what I'm going to be planting. I have 10 bulbs split into cloves and this is Lidl garlic. I know we're advised not to grow supermarket garlic because it's not cultivated specifically for our climate, but as I've had mixed results with garlic that has been cultivated for our climate, then this might be okay for me. I've grown it 2 years running and had mixed results, but the last year hasn't been too bad. But these are the garlics that I have had, and I harvested them in May, and that's the last lot I've got. That's why I'm growing as much as this, because I really do eat a lot of garlic and I would like to have a lot more than what I've got over there. Over here is the garlic, that how I'm going to plant it. You can plant it directly into the ground. As you can see, the little shoots forming. When I do plant this garlic, it will be deeper in the ground than this, because garlic needs to be planted slightly more deeper than onion sets. And these are the onion sets called Radar, and as you can see, they're planted slightly proud to the soil. And I like growing onion sets because I'm useless at growing onions from seeds. And yes, those people who have commented, I will be trying to grow onions, that's the main crop onions, from seed this year. I've ordered some and I'll probably be ordering some more. I'll grow some at the end of October. I'll try in December again and give it yet another go. Now, what was that definition of insanity? Doing something again and again, knowing you're going to have the same result. But maybe this time I'll be successful. Now, I normally plant them when the onions are only about that high, but I haven't really had that much time to prepare the ground, and this is what happens. You can see that they might get a bit root bound there, so it will be tomorrow that I'll be planting them out. And there's been a bit of a dearth of onions sets in the south, certainly in Surrey. The small Lidl, the big Lidl, the local big garden centre, none of them had it, and it's been quite an effort to source these onion sets. Again, on the garden table, these are some of the seedlings I'm sowing at this time of the year. These are cauliflowers all the year round. These are Ami majus, which I haven't been too successful with before when I plant in the spring. So I'm doing what Monty does, and I'm planting them now. And the first batch has gone into the verge in front of my house, and they look quite good at the moment. Hope they survive the winter. And this lot will go onto the allotment, planted somewhere around the fruit trees. And over there's red, or rather bronze fennel, and it's been quite delicate to keep going, and that's a lovely plant, and the bees love it, the hoverflies love it, so that will be planted around as well. And here at the side of the house is the winter density lettuce, and I will be pricking those out very soon. I start them off outdoors because I have just an unheated spare room to start off seedlings, and lettuce for some reason just will not grow. It's too warm for it, so this is the way I do it. And over here I've got 2 corianders, cilantro and cruiser, and I'm having a go and see how they will do. And here on the allotment on plot 2, I am growing spring onions and beetroot. Over there are the White Lisbon, the hardy variety that's meant to be able to get through winter quite easily, and over here are guardsmen. In the past I've had no problem with most spring onions getting through winter, but we'll see how they do. Those look a sight stockier, but their roots are far more well developed than these are, and they were all planted at the same time. In the front here I have beetroot called, don't ask me how you pronounce it, but Chioggia, and over there I have Detroit 2 or Detroit Red, and I'll maybe put a fleece over some of them a bit later on. Over here I have Container Wise's container, which everyone seems to be using now, but they really do suit. You can easily put your finger through these, and they're quite firm, so they don't disintegrate after just 1 or 2 uses. And the most important thing is to not water your plants before they come out, so that they actually keep into a little strong ball and they're easier to plant. Well, these are what were the weedy leeks, and I have weeded them yet again, and this time I have put a layer of a sort of mulch of grass clippings. I don't have that many grass clippings, but people seem to throw them away on this allotment, not all of them, so when I can I nick them, and the leeks themselves are doing quite well now. I'm really pleased with that. And on this side is the yacon, which is growing ever bigger. And you can see from this flower how it's related to the Jerusalem artichoke, sorry. And well, I'm now just about 5 foot. This is about 4'10" it's grown to. And oh, let me go and show you this lovely zinnia. This is one of my favourite colours, and it is either Senorita or Senora, and absolutely gorgeous. And so is this one on this side. No idea what it is, and you can't see that one too well unless I go close and nearly fall over. I think that's Purple Prince. And then back again to show you how weedy things can be. And this is the next plot, well, bed that I have got to weed and see if I can get hold of some grass clippings. This is some spring onions and some beetroot. And these are the quinces, and I've given quite a few of them away already, and I will be processing them this year because I think that they no longer have that problem, but I'll show you. And they are a lovely fruit, but they need to be cooked. They're very hard. Well, that problem that I talk about has to do with a brown margin round here, which is very spongy, and the tree is about 10 years old, and I had fruit like this for the first year or two, and then for the last 8 years I've had this problem, and I'll show you a still of the brown markings. I got some advice from the Royal Horticultural Society as to why it had that awful brown spongy bit, and they said it's not to do with the disease, it's to do with the fact that the tree for some reason can't take up the nutrients it needs. And I really didn't know what it was, but I suspect now, when the tree was young, it couldn't go through the thick layer of a pan of clay that was about 1 foot to 2 feet deep. And now that it's a mature tree, it can go through that and get to the nutrients that it needs. And I hope this isn't a one-off. I hope I get these lovely fruits next year. And here are those lovely golden globes of quince, which I am going to try to store. And over there I've got a whole tray full of them, and see if they can last 2 months. I read somewhere that they could last for about a couple of months. You could store them for that time, maybe 3 months. So I'll see how it goes. They are quite hard to cut, but you can stew them with some sugar, or you can make jam, or you can make membrillo, which is a kind of cheese, a fruit cheese, or you can make fruit leathers. The fruit cheese is made traditionally by the Spanish and eaten traditionally, again with a cheese, a real cheese called manchego. And at the back of my garden, this is one of 2 compost bins. It's about 4 large pallets cobbled together with a bit of string and lined with cardboard. And inside I have a mixture of the green stuff, the nitrogenous stuff, and the grey stuff, the cardboard, and those brochures that come through the letterbox. You have a use for them here. And what I'm trying to do as well is to enrich this compost by putting some manure into it. But this is unrotted manure, and I've found quite a few, not cow pats, but horse pats at the horse stables, and I picked up a few bags of these. I did try to demonstrate throwing some of this out at the same time as filming, but I nearly came a cropper then. So this is how I have to show you. It's rather sad for the horse people, the horse livery people, because they're down to 30% of their business. It's sad for them, it's sad for us with the pandemic. And now people's finances are so bad, they've been selling off their horses. And I only hope that their business improves for them and for us. I also use unrotted manure in another way. I acquired these 3 beautiful tubs from a skip just 5 doors down the road. I've no idea why anyone would want to throw these good, beautiful pots out. They're about 50 litres each, and they're not broken or damaged in any way. And I want to grow a few plants in here, but the plants might have just shallow roots, such as lettuce, and then I'd have to fill all of this up with some kind of compost or soil. So what I do is to fill it up with the unrotted horse manure first of all, and then I can put less soil on the top of that and save a bit of money. However, if I'm going to grow something like carrots, I'll have to take out quite a bit of this and put in some sandy soil, because obviously the carrot roots will grow a lot longer. At the end of my last video I showed you this aster called Fricati Munch, and here is a small but very bright one called Bahamas. And the bees just love this open flower, and at this time of the year you can't do better than have some asters. And in the back garden there's this other one. And this one is new to me, and it's called Veilchen Königin, or Violet Queen, and it's a gorgeous colour and a nice large size too. If you compare it to the Fricati Munch, they're two beautiful asters. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, and I hope to speak to you soon.